Hello, welcome to your 2021 astrology forecast horoscope prediction. This is for you, Libra. If you're a Libra rising, then this will be the most accurate. But this video is also great for Libra moon or sun as well, okay? Now, I really like to look at the dark hidden energies, and I use the astrology to do that. So, we're going to look at 2021 and what are the things that you're not seeing based off of the astrological transits when it comes to your sign. Well, the first transit that I have to talk about because it's already been happening in 2020 is Lilith and Taurus. So, if you're familiar with Lilith energy, it's actually dark goddess energy where we can find our shadows, where we can find, the hidden aspects of us that we hide from others, maybe even we hide from ourselves. Often, with where Lilith is where we might feel like an outcast, where we are very sexually rebellious and liberating, maybe even slightly chaotic. You can show some not so great habits. And so I'd like to talk about Lilith and Taurus because for you, this is transiting in an area that has to do with your sexual appetite, as well as your intimacy and your ability to trust in relationships. So here's the thing. Lilith is shadow energy, okay? And in 2020, you may have discovered that you found yourself being very possessive over your intimate partnership, okay? Whether that is one partnership or two partnerships or more than that, I'm not judging you. But these encounters, these relationships, these intimate affairs, right, create a chemical bond, right? And this is that house where we bond and we create life together, right? So I think that you may have been experiencing some real needs to own, possess, or really deeply understand or investigate your intimate partner. Now, that is Lilith on her best side. But there are some darker habits that may have come up during this time as well. This is a time that is big on distrust, okay? So, in the end of 2020 and from January 2021 all the way to July of 2021, Lilith continues to be in Taurus. And this is where we're looking at, okay, do I trust this person? Okay. And if I don't, what are the measures that you'll take in order to find out the secrets? Okay. So this is a time where you may be experiencing being very suspicious, being investigative. This is a private investigation type of energy, right? This is digging into deep taboo things. So this could be everything from stalking to just secretly watching, or you could be dealing with having secrets, period, right? And how you are able to hold that or not, how you are revealing of your secrets or not. That has a lot to do with this area of the chart. And because it is Lilith and Taurus, this is also about your sensual pleasures and desires. And it's just almost insatiable at this point. So you may have found yourself just having a lot of sex. I'm just going to say, Libra. Now, Libra, you are a sexual sign. Sex is on your mind, but Taurus is a very physical sign. This may be something where you're discovering even deep parts of yourself, the things that make you go, which are more physical, sensual pleasures. Maybe you're finding new G spots. Maybe you're finding new ways to orgasm. Maybe you're finding new ways to please your partner that you never discovered before. Okay, so this can get hot and heavy in this placement, Libra. You want to watch out if you are in a relationship that you're dealing with mistrust. You want to watch out for the mix of intimacy as well as that issue, right? You could also just be harboring deep feelings of jealousy and, like I said earlier, possessiveness. Okay, so this Lilith and Taurus transit has been going on and continues to do so in 2021. Now, when we start 2021, right at the top of January, Lilith and Uranus are in a combination energy. This is what we call a conjunction, okay? And so Uranus actually brings light, like ignites, electrifies your all of this that I'm talking about, this whole area of your sexual appetite. So what has been secret might actually become digitalized, might actually become out into more of a public eye, okay? At least in your own electrified consciousness. But I also feel like it's going to be put on some sort of platform, okay? The internet is typically a electrical Uranian energy, so we could definitely find you, being more sexual online. That's it. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So you might be feeling more liberating by allowing yourself to express yourself sensually, to an outer atmosphere rather than just in your intimate atmosphere. That's what Uranus does when it conjuncts with Lilith. Now, the other thing that happens with this energy, and we're in it right at the top of January 2021, is the energy of money. Okay, and Lilith in Taurus becomes deep, insatiable appetite for money as well. So you may be discovering that you are in need of building yourself up to a place of prestigious income that would really satisfy you. But I think you're also discovering that it may satisfy your partnerships as well. So I think Lilith will bring up to the surface the need of your partner to have you be successful monetarily wise. You guys might be combining ideas, combining thoughts, but in a way that is very deep. So I could see you guys making money off of sexual themes or mystic themes, right? Like occult or divination themes, psychological themes. These are different ways in which you may discover that you and a partner can come together in order to do that, okay? This could be a manipulative energy as well. So you have to be very careful when dealing with Lilith, because the darkness of Lilith can overcome and consume you. And in Taurus, this becomes around the areas of money. So it's absolutely encouraged to play with this energy, Lilith and Uranus, because it's there for you, but also be aware of where things might cross a line into greed. And for you, this could be very, very prominent in your sexual and money investments, financial and money investments, your sexual and financial investments. Okay, Libra. So keep that in mind, Lilith and Uranus. I also have a video in which I go into it even more, because it's a very rare topic, but it's a very prominent topic and quite often can be revolutionary changes. And I think that you'll be going through a revelation, a sexual revelation, and a sexual freedom with this transit. Now, when Lilith moves into Gemini, which will happen from July until the end of 2021, this will be more of where we experience exotic communication. And for you, this exotic communication is in your ninth house of teaching and mentoring and coaching people. So I think that you're providing almost like you're tapping people into a place and a space, a mindset, and a perspective that they've never experienced before. And it is through your staged way of communicating to people and teaching people about very specific feminine, dark types of topics that they become almost turned on. This is where your mind becomes extremely exotic, and how you speak your mind also becomes extremely it's more than attractive. It's enticing, it's intoxicating, and also addictive. You want to watch out, because I've mentioned in all of my videos that Lilith and Gemini can also lead to gossip and slander. Like I said, where we find Lilith is where we're outcasts and we deal with our shadows, okay? So in this area of Gemini, Lilith becomes so hungry to speak and to say things, so you want to watch out for slander and gossip. You could also be a victim of slander and gossip, more than likely would be from a religious or spiritual community if that happens. It could be from a coach, a mentor, or a teacher that you actually, a guru that you actually look up to. You know what I'm saying? If you're not the one who's doing it, sometimes it's happening to you, because there's levels to Lilith. So I want you guys to focus on that and just be very conscious of this energy. In order to harness dark energy, you have to be conscious of your own self, right? And how you're using it. You got to look at what are your inner motivations. More than likely, you'll be triggered to want to speak out and have this beautiful, exotic message to your people when you feel like you've been pushed out, when you feel like you've been cast aside, okay? What I didn't mention for you guys, Libra, is that Lilith being in Taurus for the first half of the year also is outcast energy. You might feel like people are outcasting you because you're not sexual enough or you're not their sexual type. So watch out for Lilith. This energy could put you in a place where you only operate in chaos, especially if you have personal planets in Taurus and Taurus and Gemini, excuse me. Now that we spoke about Lilith and Gemini, it's a perfect time to segue into the fact that the North Node, which is a point of the moon, all of these aspects that have to be related to the moon is about these unseen, hidden parts of ourselves. And the North Node is one of them as well. The North Node and the South Node. And the North Node will be in Gemini. So you're finding that actually that North Node is like destiny because it's where we're moving towards during this phase in time. Okay, so in 2021, it's your destiny, Libra, to be teaching, to be doing these mentoring programs, to be teaching lectures and making courses and showing people how to do what you know how to do or learn what you already know. Okay. I think that with that North Node in Gemini, it could be too hungry, too curious, too, you know, willing to speak, that sometimes we don't always think about it. And this is why when you have North Node in Gemini with Lilith in Gemini, you guys are going to be prone to saying things that will trigger people. Okay. The South Node is going to be in Sagittarius. And for you, that's in the area that has to do with learning. So you're not in the space anymore for 2021 where you're a student. You're in that space where you're a teacher. And maybe you don't have all of the knowledge, but you have enough to teach. Or you can show people your way to learn as well. And I have more information on that North Nodal transit, just talking about that transit in another video, which I'll link right up here for you guys. So make sure to pay attention to this because that Gemini axis is so prevalent and strong in 2021. The energy of stimulation, of talking, communication, media, it's so strong. In fact, moving on, when we get into the eclipse seasons, we're going to have an eclipse in May, June, November, and December. Okay. The eclipses are going to be also focused on the Gemini and Sagittarius axis. So all year long, the energy stresses Gemini energy and Sagittarius. This is the axis of knowledge. Okay. And these are going to be major themes for you. It's very possible that you'll be working on a project or working on publishing and really just putting out your creative works of art or your teachings or communications on a more mass level. It's going to be that year to really hunker down on those areas. You'll be compelled to, you'll be propelled to, and you're just going to have to learn how to navigate through the dark energies. Yeah. You want to focus on your health. You want to focus on your lungs, on your hands. It's definitely a year for everyone to decor their nails. But for you, Libra, I speak about this because you're Venus ruled and you're all about beauty. And this is the energy of Gemini, is the hands. So focus on that as well. Enhance that area for yourself as well. Keep up that area for yourself as well. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the main transit that is going to probably cause the most global friction, and is also pretty much a year-long transit. It goes in and out. This transit is Uranus square Saturn. Okay, some are saying Saturn square Uranus. Either way, it's what I call a beautiful disaster. Where Saturn and Uranus are square for you, Libra, you are going to have a challenge of things that you cannot see again, because the square is about standing on one side of the corner and the other aspect on the other side of the corner. And when you have two people standing on one side of one corner, they can't see each other. Or two aspects standing on a corner, it can't really see each other. So this is another unseen aspect, even though it is more of a dominantly discussed topic, Saturn square Uranus. So let's talk about this. So we've talked about Uranus being in Taurus for you. This is that area of intimacy, sexuality, relationships, intimate relationships. It's going to be squaring Saturn, which is in Aquarius. So Saturn being in Aquarius is teaching us lessons, karmic lessons about our social groups. Okay, it's teaching us karmic lessons about the people that we network with. Okay, now for you, these people that you network with are typically creative types of people. They are maybe artists themselves. Okay, so there may be some things that you're not seeing about these people, these artists that you're networking and communicating with, and their true hidden intentions. It's also possible that they don't see your true hidden intentions. You may be trying to help them. You may be trying to teach them because that's your theme for the year. And yet they might be suspicious of you because, like I said, that Uranus energy, that square Saturn for you, Libra, is in the eighth house of mistrust. In its darkest energy, it doesn't trust. So you might have difficulties where your friends or your social circles, they don't trust you, or they might be suspicious of you. They might feel like you're being too sexual. They might feel like you are chaotic. And they can't put a finger on you right now, which makes them very uncomfortable. So you're going to have to channel and handle this energy. But the best way to handle Saturnian energy is actually just to slow down and really be a concrete and structured with your creativity. It's a time to be very disciplined about your creativity and to really make it be polished as much as possible. The ability to impress your artist friends, right, is going to help you be in a better light for them. Because, like I said, Uranus in your eighth house and with Lilith there, people are looking to you to bring them money. And a lot of people may not like that. They're like, look, I want to be independent. I want to do my own thing. And my money is my money. But didn't I tell you that Lilith and Taurus for January to July is going to make you a lot more possessive? Well, make you more possessive over your money as well. But this area of the chart is about sharing with somebody, sharing your investments, sharing your resources, and sharing your money with somebody that you trust. So these are the themes that you're going to be battling with Saturn and Aquarius squaring this energy, because Saturn and Aquarius wants you to develop trust and earn trust through creating epic creative projects. Okay. This is also an area that has to do with entrepreneurship. So it could, everything that I said about your artist friends, this could also be entrepreneurs. Okay. So you need to make it epic, Libra. Then people are going to respect you. Okay. You might have thought that your money was the way in which you got respect. That may have worked for you for a while, but these transits are working on another level. Okay. If people just come to you because you got the money, then maybe they don't really like you or your work or what your message is. Maybe they're not really even supporting you. Okay. And maybe they're not even a part of your tribe or your culture. They just want your money. So you're really trying to connect with people, right? Artists and entrepreneurs that have the same vision as you, that have the same values as you. And that's something that you're going to have to battle with that Uranus square Saturn. Now, in February of 2021, Uranus square Saturn will be at its exact square. But all throughout 2021, they move apart and then they come back together, move apart and they come back together. But January and February, I promise you, are going to be highlighted months. We're not going to start off 2021 slowly. In fact, just like how it was pretty exciting and crazy and disturbing last year in 2020, 2021 is stimulating change after change. And you're going to probably feel sometimes like you're not able to predict or like you're on a roller coaster. Okay. So, your energy should work well with this because you're cardinal Libra, so you enjoy starting things and initiating things and seeing things be exciting right away. Okay. So I think that you'll be fine. Now the last two transits that I want to talk to you about is actually Saturn is going to trine the North Node. This is power moves. Okay. So Saturn, that energy of learning your lessons through those groups of friends that are artists and entrepreneurs, it's going to be in a good aspect to the North Node in Gemini. So that helps with communication. And you definitely want to think about a big project, like I've said, but also think about your creative communication. Really focus on using those exotic words that you're learning to use with Gemini North Node and put it in those projects that you're doing. Brand your taglines, brand your quotes, brand anything that you write about right now, okay? Because it will really help to represent who you are on a major level, okay? The last transit that I want to talk to you about is Chiron. Chiron will be in Aries. Chiron is the wounded healer, okay? And where we find Chiron is where we also deal with some insecurities. It feels like it's, probing us. Now, this is a transit. It's a phase that you're going through in 2021. But it's pretty deep because it's been happening already in 2020. Just continues to move on. The same story, which is, who are you and what is your identity? I think you're trying to find that through your partnerships. Because Libra, you have Aries in that area where it has to do with committing to somebody else. A lot of the times your identity is wrapped around this idea of who you're committed to, okay? And what their personality is like and what their agenda is like and all of that. And I think that you might be rudely awakened to the fact that your partnership is clearly a very different person than you. And sometimes you live vicariously through them, molding and merging yourself into your partner. And Chiron, I think, is showing you that you're going to have to create a definitive boundary between who they are and who you are. This allows you to have the respect for yourself that you so rightly deserve, but it's also to help you see your partner in a light in which you clearly are seeing the differences. Because when you see the differences from this space, then you may be more than willing to help your partnership, to make your partnership better. Because like I said, Chiron is the wounded healer, and where Chiron is, we feel insecure, but at the same time we can help others. Okay, and so it's going to be a painful transit this year with your partnerships. You're going to be constantly questioning who you really are, maybe not feeling good enough, maybe not feeling like you physically are strong enough or physically look good enough, because Chiron in Aries is all about our aesthetics and our looks, right? You might be dealing with your own eyes, which are the perspective that you have of yourself in your partnership. And all of that is continuing to go through a revolution and a change, giving you more insight into who you want to craft yourself to be, and giving the other person the freedom to be themselves, different from you, but respecting you and communing with you all together. So those are the energies that you're not seeing in 2020. So those are the energies that you're not seeing in 2021, Libra. And I hope that this video will be useful for you, and feel free to come back and reference these topics as the dates get closer and closer. Okay, you can see more details of the dates in this description down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and love.